20-15 record in the main season, and Munster Misfits with a 30-30, doing really well. And then for goals, would you like to go over some of the player stats for Bokrug?
The things about the player stats on Bokrug, you can clearly see if you look at the Bokrug player stats versus the Misfits player stats. It's just the production that Bokrug is getting over the Misfits. You have Jazz Magic with 75 goals, Lorac with 55, T with 60. And then the highest you see on Misfits is 49 with Mystics Max. Like, their number one score is actually not even higher than the number three score on Bokrug. So I'm guessing that Munster Misfits must play like a real defensive game. So the whole thing is for them is trying to control the midfield and make it so Bakrug isn't able to put up a lot of points while they're able to sneak some goals in there and keep this low scoring affair that better suits them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Mystic stats. He might not have as many goals as most of your Bokrug team, but his saves. He has 71 saves in this season, and that is pretty good, really good. And I mean, I do think that out of all the teams I've commentated for the Mythos the most for casting, and I've already casted for them, and I have seen their game, and they play really well. So who's your prediction coming out of this? I think mine's gonna be Bokrug, but I'd like to hear what you think.
I would love the trend to keep going. I would love the trend to keep going of the lower seed team win. So I'm taking a Hail Mary pass. I'm going to go 4-3 Munster Misfits. Let's see if it happens.
All right, and I think we're about ready to get into this match.
Players are joining.
Looks like we're all set.
Catch this as first. Let's give a shout out to one of the RSC casters, which is T, which is playing for the Bokrug team. So, I hate that I'm going for Munster Misfits because I do have a fellow caster playing in this finals with Bokrug. So let's see what happens.
And I do greatly apologize. I forgot to say it entirely. Thank you to Chip for being here as our producer, and thank you again for BB for being out here helping me cast tonight. I know it was a worry if I would be ready, but thank you for pulling through as well.
Oh, no problem at all.
And we're seeing some really good back and forth gameplay. Lorak taking it up to the corner. Great defense by Ozzy there, but Jazz Magic is there to follow through. And I mean, I know you've seen both of these teams play. What do you think is going to be the big determining factor?
Permanent factor is going to be, can Munster Misfits slow down this Bakrug team? We saw the production that Bakrug puts up, and we see the pressure that they're putting on the goal right now, and sort of most of the time of possession has been going in Bakrug's favor. So the thing is going to be, can they keep the keep slow down this Bakrug offense, which as of right now it's been all Bakrug in terms of possessions and shots, and they've had four shots to Monster Misfits zero, and they're just put up another one. Eventually, they're going to keep knocking on this door, and somebody's going to open in form of a goal. But right now, we actually, I thought Monster Misfits was going to get some offense in, and it's just right now, it's just solely all Backrug, and we have another shot attempt go up that is being saved. And we talked about the saves on Monster Misfits. That is coming very into handy right now as they put up a shot attempt. Let's see if they can get that to go. No, they cannot.
And that's what I was going to talk about. I mean, we're seeing exactly what we talked about, the saves coming out, and there's a bump by Tech to Jazz Magic. Something it looks might have been maybe a miscue. Sorry. And I mean, you're seeing such good defense and offense from both teams. Like we almost saw a scoring opportunity come out of Munster Misfit, which we were not expecting really and truly, because we're seeing as the stats anyway, they're a really defensive team or just good at defense, but they secretly could be good at offense. I know a few weeks ago I was casting for matches, and we got shocked. Me and Boss was shocked at how a playstyle change happened. We could see the exact same thing happening here.
have a great opportunity for Misfits, and it was just swatted away. What I'm seeing a lot of offense from Bakrug, but they're taking a lot of shots that are kind of low percentage shots. If they would get one more pass while at the net, I believe they could break this defense of Munster Misfits. Right now, they're just allowing them to be very comfortable. And and Ozzy right now, Ozzy on the other side of the court also should have tried to get maybe another pass to try to break through this Backrug's defense. Can this break through? And it will. And we have our very first goal scored by the lower seeded team. Can we see the trend continues as of right now? It's going in that direction. Well, they scored the first goal. It's very early, but so let's see.
And Mystic Mac coming in here as the number one player for that team on offense and defense. I mean, just looking at what he's got two saves, and now he has the goal for the team. But it's not just him. This team is playing very well rounded. I mean, the comms seem really good. They haven't been in each other's path. And that was a great demo there by Tech where he can't follow up. And Jazz Magic there on defense. Ozzy misses the touch. Mystic going for Tech with a soft touch, but Lorak is there to follow through. And in your opinion, I know you've seen Tech play a lot. How do you think he compares offense to defense with Magic or Mystic Max?
I've seen Tech play a few times. Mainly, I've been on the opposite end of one of his goals. And right now, we see T score, fellow caster tying his game up with a minute left, 1-1. Very and we saw it right there. I said maybe get some more passes going on, and that may have not been a on purpose pass by Lorak, but it may have been an off shot. But we're going to call it a great pass,
It
and they
went Tech
tied this
went.
game up. And they tied this game up with a minute left.
And there's another pass right there, and almost a miscue there by Rook. But Ozzy's there to help pick up for him. And they're sending it up the wall, and you see Tech just leading the front. And Rook's there, but Lorak is there to stop that push. Mystic and Jazz Magic. Could he score right here? And a pass by Tech. And
Oh,
another goal for Tech right there, showing out for the casters, showing that we aren't just here to speak.
40 seconds to go, 2-1, Bach Rug. And what I'm seeing is as this game speeds up with the offensive firepower that Bakrug has, it seems like Munster Misfits has a hard time keeping up. So if they can keep this speed of this game where it's at right now, Bakrug, who is the number one seed, has a chance of breaking the curse that the lower seed has been winning every game. So let's see if they can keep that speed up. We have 30 seconds left, and Munster Misfits are making a push. Weren't able to get a decent touch on that to go towards the goal. Kind of let go of possession a little bit too early on that one. Would have loved to see some more control. And we see another pass by Bakrug, and that is in. Lorak score. That may have been it for game one. 10 seconds to go. Anything could happen in Rocket League. 10 seconds is a lot of time. But uh, but yeah, 3-1 Bakrug right now is they're looking very good.
I do agree with you on that. I mean, they're playing really well together. I mean, Jazz Magic with two assists of his own, but as you said, that is on the half of Bakrug, and you see Ozzy pushing it up, and they don't have the time now. Unfortunately, that we still could see the trend continue through the other games, but as of right now, Bakrug is in the lead 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, it was really a tale of two halves because the very first part of the game it was kind of close, 1-1, and then you just saw that offense just slowly pick up. And I'm hoping it's a thing of just maybe Munster Misfits just kind of lost their way at the end. I'm hoping it's not Bakrug going on a complete finding their stride and just finding their way to just completely outplay Munster Misfits. It's a lot of you only down one game, so you can definitely come back in this. But I'm hoping that that isn't what we're going to see for the rest of this series.
Yeah, and I mean, you see 11 shots coming out of Bakrug,
Oh,
and only three, I'm pretty sure, coming out of Munster Misfits. That's not a good recipe right there. I mean, they're out shooting by almost four times. You don't like to see that, and I'm guessing that we're getting a substitution here. I'm not really sure.
I mean, you talked about the saves that Mystics Max has. That's a lot of saves to get when the other team is putting up 11 shots to your possibly the player left before we could see but three. That's a lot of saves to expect one player to get. So and I don't know, are we getting a save? I mean, are we getting a sub? Okay.
Oh,
Okay, we're gonna have to remake this lobby, it looks like.
okay. But yeah, I mean that was a great game there by both sides, really. I mean, I just feel like they need to put more shots up. I feel like once they get that down, a little bit more offense in their play, or step up the defense where they can handle that Bokrug offense, that would be a great way to keep this game closer together, push ball on both halves. I mean, it wasn't a far game at all until Lorak scored at the last second. It was very close.
Yeah, well, what I started to see was you could tell that Bakrug has no fear of Monster Misfits, and they're just completely taking it to them. Now, Monster Misfits did, score a goal and make the most out of the opportunities, but they have to meet Bakrug. Like, you cannot allow them to just walk the ball up the field, which is kind of what Monster Misfits are allowing them to do. You got to put pressure on them at that midfield level.
Yeah, giving Tech, Lorak, or Jazz space is just a recipe for disaster. You're just asking to get scored on at that point. And it seems like we are getting into the game, and Aussie's in now, so we're going to see a rematch of the game. So I hope that both sides play to their full extent. I mean, I would love to see this be another event like the Emmy finals. I mean, I don't know if you caught that, but it was amazing.
I did not call it, but I watched it. You guys didn't see it. That game went to game 7 and was won on a 0 second goal. So if we could see something like that, that would be crazy in that in this game. And we're actually seeing it right now. Munster Misfits were making a push on offense, kind of Bakrug pushing them back a little bit. Ozzy going up for it is going to whiff. Both players are going to whiff, but Jazzy is going to be there for the touch and is going to keep the ball on the Backrug side of the field, which we have been seeing a lot of. This side of the field is going to be just completely wore out because that is where they have been spending most of the time at in this game. But Munster Misfits is trying to make a push and they lose control of the ball and it is back to Backrug. But oh, Ozzy right there for the beautiful touch. Kind of what I would like to see, and I always say this all the time, what I would like to see is Munster Misfits maybe gain control of the ball more instead of just taking weak touches where it's like you just pushing the ball out in front of you and hoping for the best. Like kind of get some more passes going, get some more control touches going. But I do like the fact that we are seeing offense from Munster Misfits. As I say that, Backrug once again on the offensive end, pass is up, shot is up, not good, blocked. Lorak takes control of it, and do you think that there is a rotational difference in between both teams? I'm seeing beautiful rotation by Backrug, and I'm kind of seeing hesitation on the side of Munster Misfits.
I I see what you're talking about, and I do agree. I mean, they are rotating, but it does seem like a little bit scared because they know. But I mean, it's kind of hard not to be a little worried after last game, and you know the offensive powerhouse that is Bakrug. I mean, you gotta still watch out for how you're rotating, and that is what they're doing. But they still got to not be afraid to go against this team. Because fear, if they're in your head, they've already won. I mean, it's hard to beat a game once you're beating yourself.
Even though we're talking about, saying these things about Munster Misfits, the score is still 0-0 with 3 minutes left. This is exactly the game they want to play, though. A low scoring game where it's kind of really physical. They are playing more physical. And got to touch on it. Can he get past the defender? Cannot. Ozzy is right there for another touch. Can they make something happen right here? You're seeing really great corner defense by Backrug. Whenever Monster Misfits are trying to make passes, and they are trying to make passes, Backrug is there to completely shut it down. And let's see if they can get something going right here. That is a touch. Oh, got stopped on the corner by his own player. It's coming back over, not far enough. So that's just going to be just easily swatted away. And we are going into Backrug's direction, which we hadn't seen in 15 seconds. That probably was the most time spent on the Munster side of the field. So that was a definitely progress on their side for that. And Ozzy just having so much time to get control of this ball as we come into the last a minute and 45 seconds of this game.
Yeah, and I know we've talked about Tech a little bit, but he plays that captain role so well. I mean, he's a leader, of course, being the GM and all, but he plays the captain role. And what a score by Lorak right there, able to put it in between the players.
That was two passes to the shot. Old school basketball right there. Bob Stoops and all those old coaches would be very happy to see a play like that where everybody touches the ball. Let's see if Munster Misfits can respond with a minute and 30 seconds left. Rook actually has a great opportunity. Can he sneak that on a double tap? Cannot. T is right there to swat it. I possibly could have got an own goal if he was not careful, but he was careful. Knew what he was doing. Knew it. Consummate professional. That T. Low rack with another shot opportunity, but it does not fall. And let's see if Munster Misfits can make something happen. And T's just right there to just give him the Dikembe Mutombo. That is mine. No, no, no. You're not going further. Ozzy with a shot. Oh, with a pass. Not an off shot. That was a great pass.
And we do see a backslip coming out of Jazz Magic. I know it's happened to me. I think it's happened to everybody. And you can't get mad. You just got to pick yourself back up, get ready to go, and get ready for that next play. And I mean, we know the offensive power that is Bokrug. So, and that what a flick. Lorak is there. He saves it. But Rook is there to follow it up. Lorak clearing it off the back wall. And he's playing really good defense. Both teams have played amazing defense in this game. I mean, you got 4 saves coming out of Bokrug, and you got 3 saves coming out of Muenster, and it's really good Rocket League coming out of this both sides. And it's just like we said, they started pass or like you said, I'm not gonna take credit. They started passing more, and they're starting to score. Even though Ozzy passed to himself, it still was a pass, and he did score through it.
Nice save, nice save. 10 seconds left. We are on the Bokrug side of the field. Now we're on Munster Memphis. Can they get another touch? Cannot. It is going back. That's going to be a heck of a save and cannot save it. Oh, that's tough. That is very tough. That would have been an amazing save. Could if he could have got it. Cannot. We are 2-1 Bokrug, and we are 1 second away from Bokrug going up 2-0 in this series, which is going to be very, very tough for Monster Misfits to come back from who are the underpowered team on offense.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, both teams having a great game. Both ended up with 4 saves apiece, but you see it's still happening where more shots are being taken by Bakrug, and they still won. So this time, Lorak is coming out on top over Tech, but Tech is one of those players that he's not. Maybe he's the captain, but he's not always at the top of the scoreboard because he plays a unified role to where he's can be any part of the team. He can be the one that passes. He can be the one that saves. He can be the one that's out front scoring. He's just such a universal player.
What I did like from Monster Misfits and something that they should hang their hat on, even though they are 2-0 going into this best of seven series, you did put up 5 shots in that game to their 7. So you're closing the shot gap. You didn't allow them to put up as many shots, and you actually put up some shots of your own. Now you just have to, play defense all the way throughout the game. Not allow, a goal like you allowed at the very last second of that one, and try to take this game right here and get some momentum going.
Yeah, I mean that is a little disheartening. That happening right there at the end when they had been holding that team as well as they had, but you gotta, like I said earlier, you gotta shake it off and get into it because I mean they're fighting as hard as they can right now, and I would hate to see this in a 4-0. I would love to see this go to a game 7, even game 6, but game 7 preferably because I mean I adore Bakra, but like you said, it'd be great to keep that streak going of the underdogs winning. I mean, I always love me a good underdog story.
Rudy is one of my favorite movies. We are gunning up for game three right now. I'm waiting on the players to join to see if we can get our Rudy moment, if we can get our comeback moment. Everybody in the chat, chant or type Monster Misfits, give them some energy, give them some hope. Let's see if they can make a comeback in this game, in this series.
Yeah, I mean, which it does start with the first game, and I hope that they can take one at least. Because I mean, even if you don't, and we do see a substitution coming out, Dino Chicken coming in for Rook, so you're keeping Ozzy and Mystic in, and so this is going to be a really interesting team. I haven't ever seen Dino play, so I'm interested to see what he brings to the table. And I mean, all I can say is let's play. This will be a great series. Hopefully, maybe that change will help a lot. What do you think is the biggest change in gameplay that needs to happen? I know the shots, but anything else stick out?
Just really just the shots, and we did see a sub. Oh, are we going to see a goal? We are not. We did see a sub coming from Monster Misfits, but it's not like the sub Dino Chicken was somebody who wasn't playing, and just two whiffs, almost a scoring opportunity right there. But there isn't a player that hasn't been playing. Dino Chicken has played 26 games with 12 goals, 20 assists, 58 shots. Rook, the other third that they swapped out for, played 34. So it's not like they're playing somebody, subbing in somebody who hasn't gotten any run all season. So it's just the other third player. They swap them out. So let's see if this rotation is or this lineup can give them their first win in this series.
You see a bump right there, and almost an amazing shot there by Jazz Magic. He does put the shot on goal, but he doesn't able to finish it, unfortunately. And we see great possession coming out of Dino Chicken. He does give it up, but Ozzy's there to clear it up. Jazz there follows through, and I mean, both sides are playing. It's like a tennis match, really and truly. It's going back and forth as much as possible, but we might see a change right here. And his tech does get a bad touch right there, but Jazz is smart enough to turn around. And like you said, the comms for this Bokrug team and just the rotation itself, you can tell that these aren't just people who play with each other every now and again. They play with each other, that they know the way that they're going to move. They know the way that they're going to follow through the ball if they're going to turn back. They have perfect comms. They do mess up every now and again, but
We're seeing this game pretty much go how the other games went, where the first half of the game was kind of just a defensive matchup, where both teams were struggling to get anything going. But the difference has been is Backrug has been playing to the final whistle, and Munster Misfits has been just been falling short, maybe within the last 20 seconds of the game. And right now we're seeing pressure on the Munster Misfits side of the field. They want to take control of the ball. This could be. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a good scoring opportunity. Ozzy with the touch that was kind of shanked. This could be a scoring opportunity. T whiffs it, a few whiffs, and it's finally in the net. I don't even remember when Jazz Magic touched the ball. Oh, right, okay, that was the last time that Jazz Magic touched the ball. And yeah, and we have our first goal of this game. It is now 1-0 Bach Rug, and yeah, we just need to see a little bit more energy, a little bit pep in Monster Misfit step right now.
yes, and both teams, like we said this whole time, they're both playing well. It just seems like once they hit that 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they start to. It's like the shots start to take over on the Bakruk side. I mean, looking at it right now, Mr. Misfits had zero shots. Oh, they have one shot, and Bakruk has four coming out. I was about to say, and you just can't have that. That's been the biggest problem. And what a shot by
Oh,
Korak! Put him on skate.
great dribble move by Lorak to just get by both defenders, doing his best Kyrie Irving impression right there with the crossover. And we are 2-0 up Bach Rug with a minute and 40 seconds left with that isn't a crazy score to come back from. You can Well, okay, now that this might be crazy. Now it's 3-0, Bokrug, another goal. Now this may be crazy for them to come back from, especially when you're just seeing Bokrug just completely outplay them on offense.
Yes,
This game would have been is to go in Monster Misfits' favor. This game had to be a low scoring game, and we have 3 goals with a minute and 30 seconds left for Bakrug going against a team that isn't known for their offense, but Ozzy is going to give them some right there. 3-1, 121 left. Do you believe they can make the comeback in this game?
I mean anything is possible in Rocket League. You know how the game is sometimes, and it would be amazing to see it. Because, like I said, I'd love to see a great game come out of here. And anything can happen. Remember whenever T Mac came went through and scored in 13 seconds, a ton of points. So,
Yeah.
and great save there by Dino Chicken Up. And he's just been there. I feel like he's playing really good as that third man role. He's looking for a demo right there to follow it up. And unfortunately, that shot doesn't connect. I think they need to score within the next 20 seconds if they want a chance at winning this. And this could be the opportunity, but Tech is able to get there before it crosses that plane. And I know you're wanting Munster Misfits. It's there. Like, I mean, the underdog is always who you want to root for. I mean, no one expected Oakland and Kentucky, but unfortunately, you can't always have that underdog story coming through. They beat two of the top teams. And I mean, I hope that game four they can turn it around. But if not, they've had a great run. I mean, you can't doubt them on that.
They did have a great postseason, but it looks like Baccarat will take this game, and we are 5 minutes away from our very first sweep of the postseason, and maybe. I was thinking Monster Misfits could get something going for the road to give them some momentum going for the next game, but it looks like that we have approached reverse sweep territory. They're going to need to pull off the craziest reverse sweep in the history of RSC history, I do believe.
And I do agree with what Tuxedo Marks is saying. They're playing, that Misfits team is playing a very wide rotation, and that does seem to be affecting how well they play on offense, but especially on defense. But they did pick it up with the shots at the end. They got 6 total shots. If they could play like that coming out in this game four, like come out put 6 shots in the first half, I feel like they could definitely take this game four and maybe the rest of the series. And that'd be amazing to see a reverse sweep come out. But we I feel like we need to see a change come out.
For that to happen, we have to see offense coming from the Misfits that is not coming from Ozzy. Oz they did have 6 shots, but 4 of those come from Ozzy, and you see Ozzy on offense is the one that's controlling the ball most of the time. We need to see Dino Chicken and Mystic Max get more involved on the offensive side for them to have a chance to come back in this series.
Yeah, and we are getting ready to throw into the next match, and keeping the same roster, no changes this time. But I don't think you need to change right here anyway. This team played really well, although it was a bigger score gap. They do need to they do need to close that rotation down a little bit more, to where you're able to not have to worry about the guy behind you. And
Yeah.
as we're talking about Ozzy, he gets a great pass, but the Bokrug team really good on the demos there, clearing out the backfield where no one's able to follow it up.
Oh, do we have a scoring opportunity? No. The game one was 3-1. Game two was 2-1. Game three is 3-1. So they're not playing bad at all. They're playing very, good defensively at times. It's just they have to get offense going. Bakrug is putting up points. You have to kind of match their points, and you are doing a great job at stopping them from scoring the 5 goals that they could have been scoring because they've been a great offensive team all year. You're holding them to 2 goals and you held them to 3 goals twice. So you're doing decent on offense. You just have to find the offense of from the Misfits, and we're only seeing it from Ozzy. We're not seeing really Mystics Max do a lot offensively. We're not really seeing Dino Chicken do a lot offensively. As I say that, Dino puts up a pass, and Mystics Max makes me look dumb for
It
doubting
hurts.
either one of them. But that's exactly what they need. That's exactly what you need. Hopefully, that gives them the confidence to play well the rest of this series. Well, make it a series.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you talked about early, like this whole time. That they need to get the fundamental passing going, and that could lead them to winning a lot. And they did close that rotation down a little bit. It seems they're not on top of each other. They're not spaced out, and that is a good shot. Oh, oh,
Oh,
the sidebar. Jazz is upset about that. I know. And could this be a scoring opportunity for this Muenster Misfits? But Bokrug is able to stop it, and I know that hurt Jazz to see the the first shot hitting the sidebar, but then the follow up also hitting.
oh yeah. And I can't recall, but is this the very first time in this series where Monster Misfits has scored first? I do believe that could have been the very first time they've scored first in a game in
It,
this series. And
every
let's
other
see.
time has come from after they were down. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and it almost feels like with them being down 3-0 in this game, just the gloves have come off for them. They just don't care. They're just throwing caution to the wind. You're seeing more offense from Mystic Max as Max goes up high for that one, and not just relying on Ozzy to do everything offensively, which is exactly what they need. They want to come back, and Dino Chicken with the oh, Mystic Max, I'm sorry, with the beautiful save. And let's see if they can catch Bokrug in transition. Beautiful flick. I think that was possibly a pass that wasn't connected on by his teammate. And we're seeing Monster Misfits actually control the midfield. Like I said, it just kind of feels like with this being game 4, them being down 3-0, the gloves have just come completely off, and they are playing the way that they should have been playing at the very beginning of this series.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I mean, it doesn't even feel like a game 4 match. Just if you were to watch it, basically, it feels like what a game 1 should look like. No holds barred, just putting it all on the line towards each other. Because I mean, game 1, you're not having to. You shouldn't be playing reserve. You should be trying to see what's working against this team. But unfortunately, they didn't do that in game 1. It seems like they're doing that now, and they found what works. Just that constant pressure. When you look at it, they haven't matched the shots, but they're putting really good work in. And unfortunately, that shot doesn't go in. But Ozzy's there, and we might see a shot here, but he's unable to go. And I hope that this team can take, but they do need to watch out because the offense is very tricky on this Bokrug team. And a nice bump there by Tech.
This Monster Memphis team is just playing absolutely lights out right now in terms of stopping and just another save by Dino Chicken who's trying to get a hat trick and save. They have a perfect scoring opportunity. Oh, but Jazz was able to get back. Very quick player was able to get back on defense. I thought we was going to see Monster Misfits go up 2-0 in this game and make it very hard for Bakrug to even to come back in this one. And Ozzy with the pass. Nice shot by Dino Chicken, who has done everything, has been great on offense and defense in this game.
Yeah, he's trying to prove you wrong at this point.
Yeah,
He said that him and Magic or him and Mystic weren't doing enough. And I mean, they're at the top of the leaderboard, leaving Ozzy in the dust right now. 3 saves coming out of Mystic is insane. I mean, he's trying his best to match that offense with a good defense. And could we see another score here by Ozzy? Unfortunately, misses. But I mean, Mystic is staying on the ball while he's on offense, which is a shock thing as we've seen the playstyle so far. But hopefully, this continues throughout the other games. I mean, we're getting into that territory where it doesn't seem like they're gonna lose, but anything can happen. Well, not anymore, but And what a great, and that would have been another score right there. What a great game coming out of the Munster Misfits, making it a 3-1. And it would be crazy to see a reverse sweep come out of this team. If they keep playing like that, I could really see that happening.
Yeah, it looks as if in that game, Munster Misfits played almost like they took like they stole the Bokrug playbook. It doesn't show in the shots. It does. Uh, I think Bokrug does still have more shots, or do they? Yeah, they still have more shots, but it was constant pressure on the ball, being very relentless. So if they can keep this up, they have a very good shot of making this a series and pulling off the reverse sweep and keeping the trend alive of the lower seed winning like they have won in this playoffs in every playoff series so
Yeah,
far.
I mean, you're talking about the shots, but it was only one more shot than Bokrug, or they only had one less shot than Bokrug. But then you look at the saves, and Munster Misfits had the same amount of saves as they do shots, which is amazing because, like I said, only one of the shots that Bokrug took were not saved, and that's because it went out.
Yeah, and Max and Chicken just absolutely proved me wrong. I don't know if they have a spy or somebody listening to the cast, but they heard my words and they absolutely proved me wrong. And hopefully they can keep that up. And as we go into this game 5, where we have a 3-1 lead by Bakrug, can they keep this momentum going, continue this, and pull off the reverse sweep, or are we 5 minutes away from Bakrug winning the Prospect Finals?
It would be crazy to see anything happen here. I mean, even a great game would look amazing coming out of this team who looked like they had barely any fight in the first couple games, but they've started coming out here, no holds bars, just coming out and putting pedal to the metal, trying to stop anything coming their way. But it looks like this Bokrug team is really starting to kick it into high gear again. And that is a great save by Jazz, able to stop that push. And what a shot by Dino. I mean, I think you spoke too early, or he's listening to you at some point.
If my words were the motivation this team needed, then so be it. I will take that. I will down that hill. That I was the reason that motivated them. But it looks like they're just playing like a completely different team. They're playing way more aggressive. Dino, who didn't wasn't really involved a lot in the first 3 games, has completely taken over offensively and defense. Great saves and great goals as Ozzy puts a pass up towards their side of the net. No one wasn't able to get the second touch, but the ball stays on their side of the field. Let's see if they can get something going. And Mystics Max isn't able to get another touch, but Dino Chicken is, and he goes up, misses. Let's see if Ozzy. I thought Ozzy was going to attack the ball, did not, but the ball still on Monster Misfits side of the field. This is crazy to see how this series has changed. The complexion of this series has just completely changed from Backrug putting up a lot of pressure in game 1. I forgot how many shots it was, 14, to now it's like Monster Misfits are keeping the ball on the other side of the field.
Yeah, and I would really hate. I mean, no offense to Monster Misfits, but I'd hate it just because of the fact that I have been wrong in every prediction that I have casted. I thought this was my chance. Tech, please. But a great score there. They're starting to look good again, getting that momentum under them. That shot probably unlocked another gear for them. And because, I mean, they've only had 2 shots and 1 goal, so that's great numbers coming out of here. And a miss there, but a good bump to follow it up. And you see both, like, like we talked about, that rotation by the Bakrug team is really amazing. I mean, Jazz missed, and both Tech and Lorak were already back. So it's like they can miss as much as they want, and they're always going to have someone back.
We have a demo, and we're just seeing Monster Misfits just keep the ball on the right side of this net. Let's see if Dino Chicken can get this 50. Cannot. Jazz does, and the ball is going in the Backrug's favor. Ozzy is there to save it, who been playing very lights out, but Dino and Chicken completely stepped up this in game 4 and this game right here in game 5. And Tech has kind of been quiet. Tech, oh no, Tech has a goal. I apologize. Tech has not been quiet. Tech even this series up.
Tech
But
has been peaking a little bit.
yeah, and now we're seeing a battle over midfield. Both teams are just meeting the other team, and this is what happens when you in these series of 7 games where you see both teams have figured the other team out, or feel like they figured the other team out, and have seen the best and the strength of the other team, and Tech scores again. Tech is very loud, and is very vocal about wanting to win the prospect championship, and playing like this, they will.
I'm just saying, every time you've talked about a player, they've just kicked it into high gear to prove you wrong.
Who should I sprinkle some magic on right now? Let's sprinkle some magic on Max. Oh well, before I could even do that, Tech still has the magic with him. I wasn't able to switch it in time before he scored again. Tech is just playing lights out in this game 5.
I mean, this is getting a little out of hand. I hope that it doesn't go out of reach of this Munster Misfit team, but it's looking that way. I know there's still plenty of time left, but every time that they've been in the deficit, it hasn't been good. And another goal there by Lorak and Jazz Magic with a great pass. But I mean, like I said, it hadn't looked good. Every time they get in a deficit, it seems that they don't go really good at all. I mean, no offense to that team, but it doesn't seem to work out.
And it seems like the last 3 shots that Bokrug has put up has been on target, and that right there wasn't on target, but that didn't count as a shot. Can they get to 50? Oh, that was a beautiful 50 by both players, actually. Jazz Magic is going to try to keep it in play on their side. And oh, I thought Tech again was going to come and get the fourth fourth goal of this game for himself. And Lorak is pushing the ball towards their side of the field. Tech is right there. And Tech is just such a relentless player. It's like you just always see this player everywhere on the field.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier. He's such a good captain of this team because he can fill any role, and he realized that his team needed to change something up, and he's being that difference maker. Like I said earlier, he can be that person that scores all the goals or be the assist. He can be whatever he needs to be for a team, and he delivers. He's Amazon, really and truly.
Yeah. And we are 34 seconds away from Bokrug winning the Prospect Championship. It looked like Munster Misfits was going to turn this series around, but this game is looking more like game 1. And how I thought the series possibly was going to go. I went for Munster Misfits because I wanted the trend to to stay alive. But this is what happened. And another goal by Jazz Magic. Bokrug was a better offensive team all season, and they're just been playing better offensively this game completely.
Yeah, I mean, they've been on a different level, and I mean, you never want to call a match early, but it's hard not to in this situation. And
I believe it's safe if we call this one early. I believe we could call this one right now. Maybe 30 seconds ago we could have called
hey, you let it be optimistic.
it.
Oh wait, and
Oh
Tech
yeah,
putting the final nail in the coffin. Almost getting to Brazil, but a great. I can't think of a better team that I would love to win this prospect finals. I mean, Tech has had an amazing season, just franchise or GM, but also as a player, he's been coming out here every night and putting the work in, and it's great to see them come out of here and do whatever they need to.
and we have our prospect champions, ladies and gentlemen. And as you said about Tech, would you give Tech MVP?
I I think Tech is MVP.
Definitely MVP. There isn't anything Rocket League related that Tech isn't good at. Good offensively, you saw his defensive skills, but you also see, as you said, the GM of this franchise and who wins multiple championships and led his team to the championship of this one. Great win by Bakrug.
Yeah, and you can't forget the whole team played amazing. Jazz Magic had his moments. Lorak had his games that he just was playing out there, but Tech coming into that captain role, I mean, he just filled the roles that he needed to, and he's played well. So that's why I think that he is definitely the MVP. And I mean, and what's we have Master after this, correct?
We do. Before we get into that, let's just big up Monsters Misfits for the season that they've had. Came in here a number 7 seed, but into the playoffs beat the number 2 seed and the number 4 seed, and for a while looked like they could have turned this back around and made this a series. And still, but even though they lost, was it 4-1 in this series? Game one, 3-1. Game two, 2-1. Game three, 3-1 to hold in game four you win 2-0. To hold a team as offensively powerful as Bokrug is to just 2 or 3 goals the very first 3 games, and to beat them in game four 2-0, hold them to nothing. That was just amazing on their part. Couldn't hold it off, couldn't turn the series around. But hats off to those guys for playing as well as they did and for stepping up and coming in here and giving it all that they had.
Yeah, I mean, everything here has been great. All both teams have played great, and I don't. Neither of us have brought it up yet, but the curse has been broken for the
Broken.
playoffs.
It's unfortunate, but it's been broken.
It's not up to the underdogs to come in every game. Now we got a different now. Now it's just the best team win.
Best may the best team win.
Yeah, I mean, how did you expect this to go? I know you wanted Munster Misfits because you like the underdog. Who else did you think